Once upon a time, in a vast and beautiful kingdom, there lived a kind and graceful princess named Seharbano. Princess Seharbano was loved by everyone for her gentle heart and wise decisions. She lived in a golden palace surrounded by blooming gardens and singing birds. Her beauty was not only in her face but also in her pure soul. In the neighboring kingdom lived a powerful and feared prince named Xavian. Prince Xavian was known as the enemy prince because his kingdom was at war with Seharbano's land. He was strong, intelligent, but cold-hearted in the eyes of others. The two kingdoms had been enemies for many years. No one dared to cross the borders between them. One day, Princess Seharbano went to the forest with her royal guards. She loved exploring nature and helping injured animals. During her walk, she got separated from her guards. Suddenly, she heard the sound of horses approaching fast. It was Prince Xavian and his soldiers on a border patrol. The princess tried to hide but was discovered. Instead of harming her, Xavian ordered his men to stop. He looked at her with surprise, not hatred. Seharbano expected cruelty but saw hesitation in his eyes. Xavian captured her but treated her respectfully. He took her to his nearby border camp. The soldiers were shocked by his decision to spare her. Seharbano demanded to be released immediately. Xavian said she would be safe until peace talks began. Days passed, and she remained in the camp under guard. Slowly, she observed Xavian's behavior closely. He was strict with soldiers but fair and just. He never raised his voice without reason. One evening, a wounded bird fell near the campfire. Seharbano rushed to help it without hesitation. Xavian watched her kindness silently. He felt something strange in his heart. It was the first time he questioned his beliefs. The princess also noticed his hidden softness. She wondered if he was truly an enemy. One night, a storm hit the camp violently. Tents were destroyed and chaos spread everywhere. Seharbano helped soldiers despite being a prisoner. Xavian saw her courage during the storm. He saved her from falling debris. Their eyes met for a moment filled with emotion. After the storm, peace returned to the camp. Xavian brought her warm food personally. They sat silently, not as enemies but as humans. He asked her about her kingdom. She spoke about peace, love, and unity. Her words touched his hardened heart. For the first time, Xavian smiled slightly. Days turned into weeks in the camp. The soldiers noticed their changing bond. Rumors of forbidden feelings began to spread. Seharbano was supposed to hate him, but she did not. Xavian was supposed to be cruel, but he was not. One evening, they walked near the river together. The sunset painted the sky in golden colors. Xavian told her about his lonely childhood. He had grown without love or affection. Seharbano listened with tears in her eyes. She realized his anger came from pain. She gently told him that he was not alone anymore. His heart softened completely in that moment. Meanwhile, both kingdoms prepared for war. News reached the palace that the princess was missing. The king of Seharbano's kingdom became furious. He ordered a massive attack on the enemy border. Xavian received the warning about the incoming war. He knew Seharbano would be in danger. He decided to secretly send her away for safety. But Seharbano refused to leave him. She said she trusted him completely now. Xavian felt conflicted between duty and love. The war began with loud battle cries. Soldiers clashed at the border violently. Xavian rushed to defend his kingdom. Seharbano followed him secretly. She wanted to stop bloodshed at any cost. In the battlefield, chaos spread everywhere. Xavian fought bravely to protect both sides. Seharbano appeared between the armies. Everyone was shocked to see the princess. She raised her voice for peace. She begged both kings to stop the war. Her voice echoed across the battlefield. Xavian stood beside her protectively. The opposing king demanded her return. Seharbano declared she would not leave until peace was made. Her courage stunned everyone present. Slowly, soldiers stopped fighting. Silence spread across the battlefield. Xavier stepped forward and laid down his sword. He said he no longer wanted war. He admitted his feelings for Princess Seharbano. Gasps spread through both armies. The kings were shocked and angry. But Seharbano spoke with dignity. She said love should not be punished. She said peace was greater than pride. Her words softened many hearts. Old hatred began to fade slowly. The kings finally agreed to talk. A temporary ceasefire was declared. Xavier and Seharbano were separated for talks. Both missed each other deeply. Negotiations began between the kingdoms. Seharbano advocated for peace treaties. Xavier promised to end border conflicts. After days of discussion, progress was made. The war finally ended officially. Both kingdoms signed a peace agreement. People celebrated across the lands. But royal tradition still opposed their love. The kings did not approve their union. Seharbano was forbidden to meet Xavier. Xavier was ordered to stay away. Yet their hearts refused to obey rules. They secretly exchanged messages. Their love grew stronger in silence. One night, Xavier entered the palace secretly. He risked everything to see her. Seharbano met him in the garden. They promised to never give up. But guards discovered them. Xavier was arrested immediately. The kingdom demanded his punishment. Seharbano begged for his life. She declared she would leave the throne for him. This shocked everyone deeply. The king saw her determination. He realized her love was true. After long silence, he agreed to a condition. Xavier must prove loyalty to both kingdoms. He accepted the challenge without hesitation. He worked to strengthen peace agreements. He helped rebuild destroyed villages. He protected both kingdoms equally. People slowly began to trust him. His reputation changed completely. He was no longer seen as an enemy. Months passed in hard work and peace. Seharbano continued supporting him. Their bond became stronger than ever. Finally, the day of judgment arrived. The council gathered to decide his fate. Citizens from both kingdoms were present. Xavier stood calmly before them. Seharbano held his hand tightly. The king asked if he was worthy. Everyone waited in silence. Xavier spoke with honesty and humility. He said he had changed because of love. He said Seharbano showed him the meaning of life. His words moved many hearts. Elders began to support him. The council voted for acceptance. Finally, the kings gave their blessing. The union was approved. Celebration filled both kingdoms. Seharbano and Xavier were finally free. Their love story became legendary. The enemy prince and the princess united the lands. Peace remained forever in the kingdoms. Their story was told for generations. Love had defeated hatred. Courage had defeated fear. And unity had defeated war. Princess Seharbano became queen of both hearts and nations. Prince Xavier became a beloved ruler. They ruled with justice and kindness. Their love remained strong through every challenge. They built schools and hospitals together. They ensured peace for future generations. Their kingdom became the strongest and happiest. Birds sang louder in their gardens. Rivers flowed peacefully through the land. Children grew up hearing their story and believing in love beyond boundaries. Seharbano never forgot her humble nature. Xavier never returned to darkness again. Together they created a new era. An era of hope and harmony. Their love was not just romance but revolution. Even enemies learned to become friends. The world around them changed forever. And their hearts stayed connected always. In every sunset, they remembered their journey. In every sunrise, they found new hope. They never allowed hatred to return. Their bond grew deeper every day. Even after many years, they smiled at each other like first time. Their story became a symbol of peace and a lesson for all kingdoms. That love can heal even the deepest wounds. And enemies can become family. Seharbano and Xavian ruled with wisdom. Their people lived without fear. And war was never spoken again. The kingdom flourished in every direction. Flowers bloomed brighter than ever before. And the sky seemed more peaceful. Their legacy lived on forever. A love story that changed history. The end of hatred marked the beginning of love. And the beginning of eternal peace. Seharbano often visited the forest where they first met. Xavian accompanied her every time. They remembered how fear turned into love. And how enemies became soulmates. The wind carried their laughter across valleys. And nature blessed their union. Their palace became a place of joy. Visitors came from far lands to see peace. And learn from their story. They welcomed everyone with kindness. No one was ever called enemy again. The world changed because of their love. And history remembered their names forever. Seharbano taught compassion. Xavian taught strength with kindness. Together they became unstoppable. Their love remained pure and eternal. Even time could not fade it. They grew old together with happiness. And ruled with grace till the end. Their hearts remained young forever. And their souls stayed connected. The kingdoms prospered under their rule. And peace became permanent. No enemy dared to rise again. Because love had already won. The story of Seharbano and Xavian became immortal. Told by poets and singers. Written in history books. And remembered in every heart. Their love broke all barriers. And created a new world. A world without war. A world full of love. Seharbano smiled at Xavian every day. And he protected her every moment. Their journey was unforgettable. And their destiny was written by love. Even stars seemed to bless them. The moon shined brighter for them. Nights were peaceful in their kingdom. And days were full of hope. Their story inspired many generations. To choose love over hatred. And peace over war. Seharbano and Xavian became legends. And legends never die. Their names lived forever in hearts. The kingdom remained united. And happiness never ended. Their love was a miracle. A miracle that changed everything. Even nature celebrated them. Flowers bloomed every season. Birds sang their names. And rivers flowed with peace. The world became better because of them. And their story spread everywhere. From village to kingdom. From heart to heart. Everyone believed in love again. Because of Seharbano and Xavian. Their journey was unforgettable. Their love was unstoppable. And their peace was eternal. The enemy prince became a hero. And the princess became a queen of peace. Their love conquered all. And hatred disappeared forever. The kingdoms lived happily ever after. And the story ended with hope. A hope that never fades. A love that never ends. Seharbano and Xavian stood together always. Through storms and sunshine. Through war and peace. Their hearts never separated. And their souls remained one. The kingdom sang their praises. And children dreamed of their love. Their story became a fairy tale. A fairy tale of real love. That began in enmity. And ended in unity. The world remembered them forever. As the couple who changed destiny. Seharbano and Xavian ruled with love. And love ruled everything. Their legacy was eternal. Their story was endless. And their hearts were one. Forever united in love. The end of war. The beginning of peace. The story of a princess and an enemy prince. Who became soulmates. And changed the world forever.